Hi everyone, and welcome to our What If This Could Change Everything event this evening. We are so excited to have you here with us. My name is Whitney War, and I am so blessed to be a Sapphire Ambassador, and I'm here with 4 of my very best friends. So excited to share the blessings that Plexus offers beyond just the health benefits. So we're going to try to jam-pack a whole bunch of great information and inspiration into the next 30 minutes. And we hope that you find it to be very valuable time spent. So don't forget, if you do watch the whole entire recording and then comment below with your favorite takeaway or something that inspired you, you will go into a special drawing that needs to be done in the next 2 hours, okay? So comment below in the next 2 hours to go into a special drawing that we have for you, and let's take it away. So I'm gonna start with a couple disclaimers. First of all, Plexus does not claim to treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any disease. Anything that you hear us share tonight is our own individual life experiences. And also, Plexus does not claim to, they don't make any projections of income, as such representations may be misleading. And same thing, each individual story that you're gonna hear from us is our own personal example and what we've been blessed with, but your own success is going to depend on your own skills and how you apply those skills. And so that's it. So I'm just going to start by sharing a little bit about my story, and then you'll get the privilege of hearing from Chastity and Janelle and Emily and Amanda. And we are so blessed by Plexus in so many ways. We're anxious to share some of those with you in hopes that you can see how you can benefit as well. So I actually joined Plexus for the income opportunity after a whole lot of research. And to make a long story short, I will just sum it up and tell you that we were in danger of losing our home, which we were in the process of purchasing. So it's kind of a funny story. But I had some success in direct sales, which is much different than what we're doing here. Thank goodness. I love this social marketing thing that Plexus offers, and it's so just incredible. But I had been with a direct sales company for 8.5 years and found some great enough success there that it was making a significant difference for my family's life. And I was earning a pretty great income. We were living at that level of income, and in the process of purchasing this amazing home that was like our dream home, and one of those things that like God just plants it in your life, and you know it was one of those things that was just, you know, he had his hand in it. And during that process of completing the purchase of that home, we found out that this direct sales company that I'd been with was going out of business immediately. And so for us, that was terrifying because we were losing that income like overnight, and it was the majority of our family's income. So that was a scary experience, but it turned out to be one of the greatest blessings in my life because it led me on this crazy search to find the fastest way to replace that income that I could find. And it actually was, God had his hand in it in so many ways. So as one of the top leaders for my level in that company, it was kind of big news when that company went out of business. And so I had tons of people reaching out to me with opportunities, and that made my research very easy. I sat down, I wrote out a list of if I could dream up a business, it would have all of these aspects to it. And then I made up a questionnaire and just kind of went from there and said, answer these questions for me, show me proof of income from you and someone successful in your upline. I want to see your whole detailed compensation plan. And I posted it out there on social media. I was desperate, guys. Like I didn't even know how we were going to pay our bills next month. And so we had to make a choice. Were we going to follow through and purchase this home that we knew God wanted us to have and provided on faith that we could make this work? Or were we going to back out and do the same thing that most everyone else would do, back out on the purchase of this home and retain our savings just so we could survive? So I'll tell you, I looked into so many different things, so many options. I prayed so hard. And when I saw what Plexus offered, it just blew my mind because it was so, so different and so unique than anything else that I looked at. And so it caught my attention quickly, and I felt so guided towards it. The more I researched, the more this just seemed too good to be true. Now, 2.5 years in, I still haven't found the catch, you guys, and we are living a lifestyle and living out our dreams in a way that I never would have believed was possible for our family. And even better, I'm blessed to do so with this opportunity on my own schedule, from home, and never having to do parties, no deliveries, no inventory, and just in the nooks and crannies of my day, helping people improve their lives. And it's providing for our family in a way that is just unbelievable. With our first month, after I found Plexus and I saw what they had to offer, and I had that much confidence and faith in it, and we decided to go ahead and purchase that home, which I'm now in, and we're paying to remodel thanks to Plexus as well. My goal, I had big goals right away. My goal my first month was to earn $3,000. And so I could make our new house payment, pay for a car payment, and maybe some groceries. And I actually well exceeded that goal my very first month, you guys. That shows you how generous this income opportunity is that Plexus offers. Within 9 months, I was so blessed to be an Emerald Ambassador, picking out my Plexus Lexus. I earned a trip to Hawaii for me and my husband, and I just haven't looked back since. That at that point came with a 6-figure income, and literally I was able to make my family my first priority, which I hadn't been able to do with my direct sales position, and just really fit this in where it fit. And I was blown away. Every day I would just wake up pinching myself. Within 14 months, I promoted to Sapphire, which is where I'm at right now, but so close to Diamond, which is the top level in the company. As a Sapphire ambassador, the income is just unbelievable and life-changing, and the type of income that most people, even if they invest years and years of schooling and maybe even hundreds of thousands of debt, don't earn that type of income. And we'll share in the comments below the income statement, income disclosure from Plexus, and these are actual stats from the company that show the average annual earning per level, per rank with Plexus. And I love that you're gonna hear from people in all different ranks of this company with this this quick little 30-minute event. So you'll get to see the blessings come at all levels. But I am just so, so grateful. We've been able to take our boys, we have 3 sons, take them on vacations that I just wouldn't have even dreamed of before. This is providing opportunities for us that we just didn't see as possible. It's allowed us to be able to help other people and families in need, which is something that I've always wanted to do, but we've always lived paycheck to paycheck. Neither my husband or I are college graduates. We've always worked really hard, but what a blessing to be able to be a blessing to others. And in fact, that's the motto of the Plexus. The president of Plexus always says, if you're blessed, be a blessing. And I love that goes all the way down to the core of this amazing company. So anyways, it's been such an incredible blessing for our family financially. And what I didn't realize in prayer, and when I was so guided here and those blessings have just poured out upon my family, is that I believe Heavenly Father had a bigger purpose in this, because these products, that's not what I was looking for. Of course, everyone has their health issues, but I was so focused and engulfed on our financial illness that I didn't realize how much our family would need these products and how life-changing they would be for us. My oldest son is a completely different person, and to me, that is my greatest blessing from Plexus. He no longer deals with the anxiety, the depression, the acid reflux, the sinus issues that he suffered with before, and his quality of life is just absolutely turned around. And as a mother, you can't put a price on that. That's better than any free luxury car, any tropical vacation, any amount of money. And so my husband, he's so much healthier than before. His triglycerides dropped over 100 points in less than 4 months. We have that in writing from his doctor. He actually was able to avoid a surgery that he was told he would need. And the blessings just, I mean, I really believe God inspired these products, and God inspired this incredible compensation plan and this company that's so ethical and just changing lives all over the United States and some other countries as well. So that's my story. I'm so excited for you to hear from my friend Chastity coming up next. And she just has an incredible update to her story that I can't wait for you to hear. So take it away, Chastity.
Hey guys. Okay, I want to thank Whitney right out of the gate for finding this amazing opportunity, literally life-changing, and for sharing with Emily. So I'm Chastity, the Senior Ruby Ambassador with Plexus. Feel so blessed to be, and I am the complete opposite of Whitney. I didn't start for the opportunity. I started because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired and ready to change something. So when I saw Emily's video on Facebook, it was the biggest blessing that has ever happened to me. I was a brand new grandma, and I was feeling horrible. I was feeling worse than a new mom. So I needed to change something. I'd been recently diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, and knew things needed to change. And Plexus was the answer for me. Completely right from the beginning, changed everything for me, gave me my energy back, allowed me to be the wife and mom I always wanted to be, and the Grammy. But you don't get paid much as a stay-at-home Grammy at all. It just costs you an awful lot because you just want to buy everything for that baby. So I needed to find a way to pay for these things. So I thought, it's been such a blessing to me. What if I shared with a few people? So I started sharing, and right out of the gate, it not only was a blessing to our health, but it was a financial blessing. My paycheck wasn't quite as big as Whitney's, but it did have a comma in it. And I thought, oh my gosh, I was shocked. I thought, what if I'm doing something not legal? No. Just kidding. But I went ahead and just used that money, bought products for my whole entire family, paid off my daughter's senior trip, and thought, well, I hope they don't ask for that back. But they never did, and they've just gotten bigger since then. They've never, ever went down. And like Whitney said, we had something really exciting take place. I got kind of, like Whitney said, sometimes God places things on your heart. In April, I was sitting at the ocean with my daughter, and I just thought, we're just working to pay for things that we don't even really care about anymore. We're just enduring life, not enjoying life. And that is not how it's supposed to be. So I got this crazy idea that, what if we just simplified, and my husband just quit his job, and we went and lived this simple life, and my Plexus income was able to take care of all of that. So I had this idea. I shared it with my hubby after he came back down to the beach, and he's like, my gosh, you were gone. I was gone like 30 minutes. You like changed the whole scope of our life in 30 minutes. I'm like, well, what do you think? And he said, yeah, let's do it. So that was in April. In June, he put in his 2 weeks. And on June 17th, we left our home in St. George, Utah, and we moved to our lake house in Bear Lake. And we have been just enjoying life rather than enduring. We have 4 kids, 2 are adults, and so we know how the process works. We know that you raise them till 18 and then they leave. That's the goal, right? That has happened. Both my girls have moved out at 18 and started their lives. So I have a 16-year-old son and a 15-year-old son. So I know I only have a few years left with them. So that was the main reason behind our decision to do this, is to go enjoy life and to make memories with them and to get in the last bit of information we need to get into them before they move on with their life. So we knew we only had a few years left, and thank goodness for Plexus already being in place. And you guys, I didn't plan to share. I didn't start this as a business. I purely started this for my health and then decided to share so maybe I could pay for my products, but I didn't dream this big. I never dreamt that this would be where I would be 2 years in. Like, I just wanted to pay for my products. And if I was really dreaming big in the beginning, I thought, what if I could have someone help me clean my house? Well, that happened within the first month. So then you have to dream bigger, right? Well, this is about as big as I could dream at this point, and I'm living my dream. And I'm so thankful for that. My husband is a completely different man because he had found himself stuck in a cubicle scheme for 3 years, and it took away all our time freedom. It paid well, gave us amazing health benefits, but he was not happy. He woke up every morning and groaned and said, like, time to make the donuts. Like, every day was like Groundhog Day for him, and he was hating life. And so I wanted to give him this gift, and what a gift it's been. So we're just taking the summer to enjoy each other, to pour into our boys and love on them, and our girls. They come and visit us too. But after that, he gets to start his own business. And that is what Plexus has given us, is the freedom. It's given us time freedom. It's given us our health back and the energy to do what we need to do to make this dream possible. Without it, we'd still be stuck in that enduring stage and not enjoying. So I encourage each of you guys to dream big that you deserve to have the most amazing health possible, that you can dream up the biggest dream you can dream, and Plexus can make it come true. Because, you know, if I hadn't dreamed big, we wouldn't be sitting here today. We would still be going. And so I wanted to thank Whitney and Emily again for changing my life and for this amazing company. And I want you guys all to dream big and think, what if this could change everything? So I think next we get to hear from my darling friend, Janelle. So take it away, Janelle.
Thanks, Chastity. I just love your story. It has seriously it just inspires me. And it makes me want to dream. So I just love it. Thank you.
Good. Dream big, girl.
Yeah. So I'm Janelle, and I'm a senior gold ambassador, actually just newly senior gold ambassador, just this past few months. And I have a kind of a similar story in a sense where I started because of the products. You know, I struggled really severely with tummy issues, and I was in and out of doctors trying to figure out what was going on because it was so bad. And sorry. And so I didn't know what to do. And so my husband was actually introduced to Plexus, and he said, you know, what if this can help you? And I went on this whole journey of learning about gut health and how it can help so many different things. You know, it was kind of amazing because I saw my tummy issues go away so quick, and I was completely surprised that I didn't have to struggle with any of my issues. You know, I was like throwing up, diarrhea, like gross stuff. I shouldn't even like tell you about it because it's so gross. But, you know, it's something that when you're a mom, and, you know, I have 3 boys just like Whitney, I was unable to be the mom that I wanted to be. And so these products have completely changed my life. And through that, you know, seeing such great results with the products, it was hard not to tell my friends and family. And so even though I never intended to share Plexus with anyone, because if you know me and you know anything, I was not into network marketing. I was such a supporter, but I was never anyone that was going to sell to my friends or family or anything. That was just not me. But it was hard not to tell people when you were feeling so good, because I had so many friends that were struggling. And so I just told a few friends, and I was able to cover the cost of my products the first month, which was huge because we really didn't have the money to buy the products at the time. You know, we've always kind of lived just paycheck to paycheck. We'd have to spend a year saving up to go on vacations. And so it wasn't just something that we had extra in our budget, you know? So the second month after I had paid my products, I was like, okay, well, let me see if I can put this up on Facebook and see who else can want it. Well, the second month, I got a comment in my paycheck, which was huge because it paid for my full trip to Disneyland with my family. And that was huge because I had saved the whole year before, every single month, all this money to pay for this trip. And I didn't have to use any of my savings. I was able to use that paycheck to pay for that whole trip. So that was really huge. And the reason why that was so huge for us, so we actually had money in our savings. And normally when we go on trips, we would just deplete our savings, go on trips, and then we have to save up. That's kind of how it was. Well, 6 months after Plexus, you know, we started Plexus, I was feeling so great. Well, my husband, unfortunately, was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer. And that kind of just threw us in this huge, crazy journey of sickness and just being honestly scared for our future, our financial future, our health future. Like, I just didn't know like what was going to happen. And I don't know if anyone's ever been touched by cancer. It's just like a very unknown thing. You just don't really know. And you hear stories, but you just don't know like what your story is going to happen. And so it was scary. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen. And so my husband was pretty much the sole provider for our family. You know, I was having Plexus checks, but it was more for just like our fun stuff. But when it came down to it, you know, when he was working, he would have chemo treatments, and they told us that he could work through it. But we quickly learned that there was weeks and even months where he had to take off work. He was just too sick. He couldn't even get out of bed.
And so those Plexus paychecks made a huge difference in my family's life. I mean, who would have thought that something that I just thought was just going to pay for my products, help me feel better, could actually be something that can help my family provide. I never expected it. You know, I actually feel like this Plexus journey, like I said, it was accidental, but it never felt like work. I was able to help people. I never thought I could do that. I always wanted to be a nurse, but I can never handle like that gross stuff. But this is the same avenue. I feel like I can help my friends and families feel better, but I'm making money at the same time. I mean, I was able to work when he was going to chemo treatments. I didn't have to find babysitters for my kids so that I could go work before that. And so this was like an accidental business. I know for a fact that God put this business in our life at that time, because who knows what would happen, losing our home, you know, all those kind of things. It gets me kind of worked up because it's so surprising, like how something so accidental can bless our lives. And I can't even imagine feeling the way I did before Plexus and taking care of my family, because my husband was taking care of me during that time. And so I had the opportunity to take care of him fully, financially, and we didn't have to suffer. And so we were still able to do all the things that we needed to do, take care of our finances. And anyways, my point is my husband is cancer-free now, which is the biggest blessing of all. He is healthier than ever because of these Plexus products. You know, the doctors told us it would take years for him to get his health back. 6 months after that, he has his health back. I've just recently promoted to senior gold, which is able to pay for, you know, our mortgage and more. Like I said, this is an accidental thing. And I know, just like Chastity said, like, I never thought that we would be able to dream about things for the future. This is the first time in our life that we have the opportunity to be financially free. And I'm doing this in the nooks and crannies of my day. I'm still a full-time mom of 3 boys. Like, if you're all moms or whatever, if you're working full-time, like, we just don't have time to get these things done. But this business is something that you can get done in random times in your day. It's definitely doable, and such a blessing to be helping people feel better and financially helping them. I just feel so blessed that we were introduced to Plexus and that we're able to share this gift to the world, because it is definitely a gift. So with that, I just thank you for listening to my story. I want to set it off to Emily Minear. She has an amazing story too, and we're just excited for you to hear hers.
Okay, you all have to put me after Janelle. We need to talk about that maybe next time we do one of these. You got me crying before I start. So I'm Emily Minear. I almost said Sapphire Ambassador. I am not a Sapphire Ambassador, but I do hope to be Emerald Ambassador with Plexus. Feel very blessed for that. I too, like Whitney, I was in the same direct sales company as Whitney when she discovered Plexus. They closed their doors, but my situation was a little bit different than hers. I was not trying to buy a house. I was actually in the process of selling everything that I owned and moving cross country and getting a divorce. I was the sole provider for my family at that time and had been. And so it was just as big of a blow to me to lose that income that I had worked for 10 years to build. And so I was packing my car. I came from Georgia to Utah with what fit in my car, left everything else in Georgia. It was sold in an estate sale. And I was thinking, what am I going to do for money? Because all of my income was gone just like that. And so Whitney came to me. I was looking also, I had decided to be a real estate agent. It was kind of one of those dreams that I always had. I thought it would be fun. And Whitney came to me and said, I found the most amazing company, Emily. You have to look into it. And I said, okay. And so I listened to her. And then she said it was Plexus. And I said, no, thank you. And honestly, I think I was at a place emotionally with everything else that was going on in my personal life that I just could not emotionally handle the thought of like starting over at the bottom with another company. and building all of that I saw gone in an instant, that I'd worked 10 years for, gone and starting over. Now, I don't know what I was thinking, because I was doing the same thing with real estate, right? But anyway, so I said, no, thank you. But I said that I would consider the products. And then I started, I joined and I started on the products, and I started researching the compensation plan, and I started researching the ingredients and the products, because in the back of my head, I knew, even though I was saying I wanted to do real estate, I knew what residual income was. I knew what the power of network marketing is, because I'd done it before, and being able to bless your friends and family's lives and have that time freedom and flexibility in your schedule, it is an amazing thing. And so I think in the back of my head, I knew that I wanted to do something. I just wasn't ready quite yet. So I started researching, because I wanted to be 100% confident in what I was recommending. If I'm going to recommend it to my friends and family, I want to believe it in 100%. And everything that I found was amazing. Well, in the meantime, I grabbed a few friends and said, hey, I'm going to try this. Just come check it out with me. I don't really know if it's going to work, but we don't really have anything to lose. They have a 60-day money back guarantee. And it seems pretty legit. So I had a few friends join with me. And a couple weeks into using the products, I had my cystic acne. I had cysts all along my jawline, always. They never went away. They cleared up. And I was like, whoa. Well, in the meantime, I was watching some of my friends that had started with me have results too, different results than I was having, but that really built my testimony of the products also. And I got excited, because I'd been looking at the compensation plan and really thinking, there's something to this. This is exciting. Well, that first month I made $800, just kind of not really working. I mean, I was working full time as an office manager for a real estate broker. I was trying to get my real estate school done to get my license. And so I was literally doing Plexus like 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, like whenever I had time during the day to respond to messages. And at the end of that first month, I thought, what am I doing? Why am I doing real estate? And so I kind of jumped all in, and I started sharing with more people and talking. And within about 3 months, I was able to replace my salary at my office job. And so I was able to let that go. And the blessing, so I've had tons and tons of health improvements too. Allergies clear up, PMS and cramping. I've had horrible, miserable cramps my whole life. I don't cramp anymore with my periods. My tummy issues are gone. I always had tummy issues. I sleep good at night. I have energy. I also, like Chastity, have an autoimmune disease, and it just wipes you out. So I was able to keep up, and I was feeling better than I'd felt in probably close to 20 years. And so that was exciting too. But the biggest blessing for me has been that financial freedom. Not financial freedom. I mean, I was building, so I was still trying to pay the bills, but maybe I should say time freedom that came with that, because I had a little boy who at 5, he's now 7, basically lost everything he knew. He lost his dad. He lost his home. He lost his friends. He lost all his stuff. The stuff, oh my gosh, he never forgets anything. Mom, remember that toy that I had 3 years ago? Anyway, so very traumatized. And then a year ago, his dad actually passed away. So it's been a crazy 2-year journey, but Plexus has given me the ability to be home with him. And you know how as a mom, you have those moments, those meltdown moments where you just need to stop and be present with your kids, but you can't because you're trying to get out the door, because you've got work and you've got church responsibilities and friends and everything that we juggle as women you have. And Plexus has given me the ability to just stop and be with him and have time for myself to heal and take care of me and take care of him and put that first and work second. Work is important, right? And I love what I do, but I get to do it by blessing others. And that is the best thing ever. When your friends come to you and say, oh my goodness, this and this and this and this has gone away, or I'm noticing these changes, or, to hear stories like Chastity and Amanda, you'll hear in a minute, Janelle's my friend, and know that you had like a little part in helping bless their lives with that is an amazing feeling. And so like Whitney said, the Lexus and the trip to Hawaii and the paycheck is amazing, but that's not why I do what I do. So thank you so much for joining us and listening to our stories. And I'm going to turn the time over to Amanda, my good friend, who I think has the best story of all as a Silver Ambassador. So Amanda, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you. I don't know if juggling the order will help, because I'm already in tears as well. So I'm a silver ambassador. I joined just like Whitney and Emily. I was same company, but mine, I did not want to go back to direct sales until Emily showed me the products. And so I said, okay, well, I want to take the products, but I don't want to sell anything. So I took it consistently for 5 months, and I felt amazing. Being postpartum, you kind of lose your health, and everything's off balance and off whack. And so I felt great, but like a lot of people do, I quit, and because the products were expensive, or so I thought. And I wanted to save money for Christmas, and so I stopped taking my products. And around the holidays, all of those symptoms came back. I was tired again. My body felt off balance again. And so I had a heart-to-heart with my husband, and I said, okay, these products work, so I'm going to find a few friends, and I'm going to have my products paid for. And so I did. And I looked for 3 friends, and actually in about a month, I found 7 friends. And so I made Silver Ambassador, which comes with a fun little bonus, and was like, wow, this is awesome. I'm getting paid to get healthy. And I was content where I was. But God definitely was not content where I was. And he was going to bless me even more with this amazing company. So a background about me. I'm a military spouse. My husband is currently deployed overseas. And at the time I found Plexus, we were moving across country from California to Virginia. We had never been to Virginia, so we didn't know the area. We didn't have time to come look for a house. So we did what we thought would be the best for us, and we moved into military housing. The house that they got us was beautiful. The neighborhood was really nice, but it was in an area of town that was a little run down. So at night we would hear scary sirens, we'd have gunshots, there was a lot of crime around our area. And our children were going to a school that was just not ideal. It's not, they were being bullied, and they just weren't keeping up with their grades, and we knew that something had to be done. So we had looked into the option of moving and renting a home elsewhere. And what was so scary about that is we didn't really have a budget in mind. We just knew, probably around here, probably around this. And so we went looking for houses, and it was like a rat race. It was so difficult to find, especially with so many military around us. We'd find a house that we loved, and we were like one of 20 families looking for a house. And so, and we ended up finding this home, and it was beautiful in the neighborhood we wanted, in the school district we wanted. It had a beautiful big backyard, and we thought, this is out of our budget. There's just no way that we can afford this. So we took a couple of days to think it over, and my husband came to me actually, and he said, I think this house is doable, but could you, and he asked me, he said, could you come up with money to help with the utilities? If you can do that much, we can definitely afford this house. And so a light bulb went off, and I was like, oh yeah, I know the perfect way I can do this. And so we ended up getting this beautiful home, and it has been perfect. And my husband left on deployment back in January, and it's been such a blessing for him to not have to worry about us as much. I'm sure he's still concerned about us, but we're in a beautiful neighborhood. We have wonderful neighbors who look out for us and help take care of us. And I had no idea that being a silver ambassador, that this is how much my life was going to change. But we are at the end of this deployment. He comes home super, super soon. And I tell everyone that this deployment has been powered by Plexus. It has given me the energy. Life does not stop when your husband goes on deployment. we still had surgeries, we still had sports competitions, school homework, and Plexus gave me the energy to keep up with that. And it has given me an income that is a supplement income to cover those bills. And I do not do bills. I don't like it. It's usually something my husband takes care of. But it's such an empowering feeling to be behind your husband and support him. And not only as he's serving the country, but as you're taking care of his house. And definitely could not keep my health up without these products. I haven't been sick once on this deployment, which is a good thing, because when mommy's down, everything falls apart. So that's a couple ways that Plexus has definitely blessed my life. And I don't like to say I'm only a silver ambassador, because man, when you make silver, you're gonna get so many blessings coming that you don't even know about. So I'm gonna turn the time back over to Whitney, and thanks for watching us, guys.
Thank you, Amanda. Can you just, oh my gosh, you guys, it's just, I can't explain the feelings of hearing my friends replay these stories of how blessed we are because of this incredible opportunity. And I mean, we're talking a huge impact on each of our lives, and so many people that we love and that we've met through this incredible, wonderful blessing. And so we've gone over on our time. I want to apologize for taking a few extra minutes, but I just want to just ask you, like, really genuinely, what if this could change everything for you too? You really have nothing to lose. We are inviting you to invest $34.95 into an opportunity that could potentially change your lives the way it has ours. That's less than we spend on a trip to the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A for our family, you guys. Like, that is just unbelievable that for $34.95, you have an opportunity that you can work into your life the way that you want it to fit. And it has the earning potential to provide for single moms the opportunity to be there for their children, for, you know, deployed moms to take over and be in a safe place and provide the energy that she needs, for, you know, Janelle's story, oh my goodness, supporting her husband through cancer and being able to provide and save their home and have that help that she so desperately needed. Chastity, being able to get her husband out of his position that was just destroying his health because of the stress, and being able to live her dreams out. And you guys, we're just getting started. Like, we're not one of us at the top level of the company yet. We're all well on our way, and those blessings just grow and grow. But I just want to encourage you, if we can do it, you can do it. And this could totally change your life. You have nothing to lose except for maybe some prescription drugs, some excess fat, some digestive issues. So what do you have to lose? That's just really the question. And we're so thankful that you joined in and listened. And please, please talk to the ambassador that invited you to this event, and let's do this for you. So thanks, everyone. Have a great, great day. Thanks for joining us. And thanks, girls. So appreciate all your help and participation. Everyone have a good night.